Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Woerner and I want to welcome you to today's video where I'm going to go over the basics of using your thin metal dies with the Journey Platinum machine. So this is what our dies look like. You can see that they have a cut edge right here on the inside, and I'm rolling my thumb over it. It's not very sharp at all. Actually, how these dies cut is when they are pressed up against the cardstock through the pressure of the machine, it actually crushes the cardstock into this shape. So they're pretty dull and they're safe to just sort of lay around. Now, the plates we're going to use with these thin metal dies is your magnetic platform. And one cool thing about this platform is there are magnets. You can see here in the camera there's tiny magnets embedded on one half side of the platform. And this is used so the dies don't slide around when you're running it through the machine. You're going to need your 2 cutting plates. And you can set the rest of the plates aside. Okay, so we're going to layer the platform on the bottom, your first cutting plate. Then we're going to lay your cardstock, and here's the die. And you can see here that the magnets are keeping the die in place. And in fact, if I slide it over to this side, you can see how the die sort of moves around. Now it's okay if you need to load your platform up with more than one die, just go ahead and reach for, I had this off camera, just a small piece of removable tape, and you can tape it down on this side. I'm going to go ahead and load this up with a nice intricate die at the top. Now you can fit quite a few dies on this at once, but you're going to want to make sure to leave about an inch border around the whole platform. Otherwise, when you slide it through the machine, it will have a hard time gripping it. So you're going to layer the last cutting plate on top, and you're going to roll it through the machine. And this handle and the rollers in this machine do go both ways, so you can roll it backwards and forwards, and this is also good if you're a left-handed or a right-handed crafter. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about these cutting plates is right now these are brand new and they are straight. After some usage, they will start to warp. That is totally normal. It is not a big deal. What you probably want to do is sort of rotate them, flip them, just kind of keep it so that they're being used on all sides. That will help minimize the warping. And now we have the star die cut, and of course with the removable tape. There you have your star. Slide it. And it looks pretty good. So now with these intricate dies, we actually have a brush tool, and this you can just sort of roll it right over and it'll get all the things. On the other side, I have the pokey tool. You can sort of poke it down, and here is your intricate die. Okay, so I wanted to show you that these thin metal dies, even though the cut line is kind of, it has a low profile, it really will cut quite a few materials. So I wanted to show you some other materials that the dies cut. Here we have our color splash. This watercolor paper is actually quite thick and high quality. It's 140 pounds. This cuts like butter. Here is our chipboard. That cuts really well. Our canvas sheet, that cuts. Now with patterned paper, it's actually thin enough that you can layer 2 pieces of paper at the same time and run your die through once and get 2 cuts. Here is our vellum. That's really easy to cut, obviously. Here we have our clear view sheet, and this cuts, but this is actually the most difficult material that we have to cut it. You will need to run this back and forth probably 2 or 3 times to get this to cut nice and crisp. And here is our corrugated cardstock. And I do have a sample, a card sample, that shows some star die cuts. Very cute. Die cuts are just a really fun way to take your project to the next level for sure. So I hope this video was helpful and has inspired you to use your thin metal dies. Thanks for watching, and be sure to enjoy the journey.